Welcome back. We are in the kitchen with Made with Love, delectable edibles. And if you live on the North Shore, it seems that your gardens are growing much faster. And these folks already have lots of rhubarb that has come up. So today, we're cooking with this rhubarb and turning it into a salsa. Tell me about that. Yummy.
Yeah, so what we're doing today is we're actually doing the salsa on the side with a pork dish. So for starters, we have the pork frying, and I'm just gonna add a couple of things. We've got this going for a bit now. I'm gonna add some fresh thyme, which we picked this morning as well too.
So your herbs are up as well?
Yeah,
How lovely.
The herbs are happening.
Do you guys have a huge herb garden?
We do.
Do you? What kind of herbs do you grow?
Wow.
Tarragon, oregano, mint, in about 4 different varieties. Thyme, chives. Oh, what else do we grow?
Parsley, lots of parsley.
Parsley, tons of parsley.
Good for you.
Oregano.
Later in the season, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a few that I'm not even thinking of right now, but
I'm sure there is. Garlic.
They cover
lots
of
of garlic.
space. Lots
Does
of
that
garlic.
count?
Of course it does. Garlic is huge.
Okay,
Huge.
so
Okay.
this is my hands down most favorite rhubarb recipe. Like, no question. And I find rhubarb is one of those things that, you know, you think, what do I do with it when it comes up in abundance?
It does grow like a weed, doesn't it? It comes up. You can't kill rhubarb. This is what I've learned.
Yes.
Yes.
And so when we were at Colin's parents' place out in Nova Scotia, they had tons of rhubarb and tons of mint. And one spring, we were looking at all this rhubarb and mint and thought, what do we do with it? So we decided to mix it together with some of the red pepper and made literally the most spectacular salsa I've ever had. So every spring, you know, forget the crisp, we look forward to some salsa.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. So do you guys make an abundance of this and then use it over the course of the season, or how do you do that? Do you make it fresh every time, or?
You can actually do this and can it, and then, yeah, exactly as you say, have it throughout the year. I usually just make some fresh, but once in a while I feel like canning, and I get into that too.
Yes.
So this time I'm doing 3 cups of rhubarb. So the basis of this recipe is rhubarb, mint, and the red pepper spice blend. So for every 1 cup of rhubarb, you slice it up really fine like I've done there. Let's see if Marcel can get a little shot. I like making sure the rhubarb's really thinly sliced because that deals with the stringiness, which I personally really don't like in rhubarb.
I don't either, no.
And then to each 1 cup of chopped rhubarb, you add a 1/4 cup of fresh chopped mint.
Okay.
And 2 tablespoons of the red pepper spice blend. And then you just simmer that all together for a few minutes until it sort of all gets juicy and lovely, and that's about it.
And that's about it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So this pork is coming along. It's going to take another few minutes before it's ready. You're letting this start to now heat up with the mint in there.
Yep.
How much mint do you add to it?
I've actually I got a little bit of mint because I got sloppy, but put the rhubarb in first and just let that sort of stew or saute for a few minutes until it's tender. And then add your mint and your red pepper spice blend and give it a few more minutes.
Nice.
And then you can serve it hot or cold. So today we're going to do it next to Colin's pork steak.
Yeah. Delicious. Is now a good time to take a break?
Yeah.
Sure
What have
thing.
you got on your pork steak,
So
Colin?
I added thyme. I've also surface sprinkled it with the red pepper spice blend as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, so olive oil, red pepper spice blend, some fresh garden thyme.
Yeah.
Looks delicious, you guys.
Awesome.
Yummy. Coming along. Smells good in here. Again, the station, Tanya and I were talking about this. The whole station smells so good by the end of the show. You walk through, people are like, what did you cook today? We are mastering this meal. It smells so good in here. We've got the thyme on our pork steaks. It's delicious. We've got the
Rhubarb.
right, the rhubarb salsa boiling down and adding the mint. It smells really good. This is gonna be a lovely little meal. A little few chips on the side. What kind of chips are those? Organic tortilla.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is fun. It smells really good.
So we're just stirring in the fresh mint now. Conversely, you can use dried mint as well. About a tablespoon of dried mint compared to, I believe it's the 1/4 cup that's been put in per recipe in this one.
Yeah, about a tablespoon or so of dried mint. You could sub that in. And now we're gonna add the red pepper spice blend. And we've done 3 cups of rhubarb, so we need 6 tablespoons of spice.
You can really smell the mint going in.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic sauce. If you want to do this recipe, you can chop up your pork and do it as fajitas, just with the salsa with a bit of sour cream and yogurt. Or do it as burritos, or you can just use it for dipping with your corn chips as well.
Very nice, very nice.
I love the rhubarb mint salsa. You can do it hot or cold. Just sit out on the deck with some cold beer and a little bit of sour cream or yogurt too for dipping. Great appetizer.
I like the cold beer part.
So, do you want to come back on a picture of this beautiful pork steak? Colin's got it done with the thyme blossoms and the red pepper spice blend. Really lovely.
Yeah, it smells really good.
So I'm just going to turn that up a bit so we can just finish that and we'll plate it up here. And I've just done a really simple herb salad to go next to it. I've used some wild quinoa, a little bit of stellaria, some fresh mint, but really you can use any greens mix that you're keen on.
Okay.
And then the organic corn chips, and then we'll plate it up with this beautiful pork roast and the red pepper salsa on top.
We still have a few minutes, so just while we're letting this finish cooking, for people who want to start an herb garden, what do you guys recommend sort of as the 5 top herbs that are good to put together into a big pot if that's what they want to do and grow? What do you recommend?
Parsley, for sure.
It's a huge one, of course.
Yeah.
So you can use that for everything. Anything else?
I love having basil. Basil's a little bit more finicky. It kind of likes its own space. If you're going to stick a bunch of different ones into a pot and they're just going to thrive and go wild, I would use oregano and thyme because it makes the beautiful little purple flowers between them. Have some parsley in there, maybe a red basil or something like that for color, and some nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are a beautiful flower and an herb, so they give you that nice pepperiness, but they'll cascade out of your pot and make something beautiful.
I have a rosemary plant at home. It's an actual tree that grows rosemary.
Nice.
But it says it's not for eating purposes. Right? But it smells like really good. Maybe I'll try it secretly and see what happens.
Why don't you give it a taste?
I
and tell them what
absolutely
you
would
think.
like to do that. So you serve the salsa warm. You don't have to.
Warm
You don't
or
have to.
cold, either way it's really lovely. As long as you're not going to burn your mouth, you're all good.
I know. That red pepper spice really makes a difference, doesn't it? Delicious.
It really has that sweet and hot that just makes it lovely.
It's so good. Again, if you guys, if people would like to come down and say hello, Save on Foods, or sorry, not Save on Foods, Cooper's and Westside today.
Yes.
Okay.
And go to madewithlove.ca, click join us on Facebook, and you'll get the recipe.
This is good. Thank you for joining us today and enjoy the bit of sunshine out there. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.